Hi, good morning. My name is Rosemarie Camacho. I'm down here at the Paseo de Susana for a long-distance canoe race. I'm a member of Animun Tasi paddling team, MPRA Canoe Club, and I've been paddling for 21 years now. Started down in Tumon. I've paddled with various teams on 3 national teams, including the national team that went to Papua New Guinea 2 years ago.
Today, my name is Nowell. I am the head coach of Animun Tasi Outrigger Canoe Club. We've been around for 15 years, and I've been paddling as part of the 1996 youth program and has been continuing today. Today we're here for a long distance race hosted by Mariana's Paddlesport Racing Association, and we're doing a 8-mile race, a 6-mile race, and a 4-mile race.
So typically on a race like today, there's the V6. It's a 6-man canoe where you've got a stroker in the front that's setting the pace, and then you've got a steersman in the back that's steering the canoe, and everyone has to work in perfect harmony. It's like the only other sport I can think of where you have to be in that perfect timing is like synchronized swimming or something. So we have to be in perfect timing in order to make the boat go fast, because all it takes is for one person to be off and they're throwing off the team. And so it's very much a team sport. You have to be very connected with the people that you're paddling with, and even your mindset has to be the same because you're following one another's rhythm. So we have to bring positive energy into the boat and keep the energy positive, because if one person breaks down, then it starts to become contagious. And so whatever happens out there, whether we flip, whether we're in last place, whether we're in first place, or we're falling behind, we have to stay positive and stay in sync with one another in order to have a good run. This is our first long distance race of the season. At the end of this year, well, at the end of the season, end of October, will be the Micro Cup. And the Micro Cup was started by Linda Yeomans, I want to say in like the late 90s, maybe around 1999. And the Micro Cup is going to include other countries coming into Guam from Japan, Hong Kong, sometimes a team from Australia will come, Palau, Saipan, and this is the big race at the end of the year. It includes sprint races as well as long distance races. I believe the long distance race is 12 miles. That's the big race at the end of the year. It travels from between Guam, Saipan, and Palau every year. So last year was in Palau, this year is in Guam, and next year will be in Saipan. So all of these races that we're doing, these are our local races, and it's just between the Guam teams. But as we get closer, we're really starting to train for the big race at the end of the year, which is the international race, the Micro Cup. I grew up on the beach here in Guam. I'm Chamorro. I'm a proud member of the Burdalio family, Familia Kotla. And my dad used to sing on the Sunset Cruise in Tumon, Island Lad. He was a local artist, and so me and my brothers grew up on the beach as my dad was singing on the boat. And the beach has just always been part of our life, the beach and the ocean. And so being an outrigger canoe paddler, I've paddled all over the world, in Australia, in Hawaii, in Papua New Guinea, in Fiji. And it's just become a part of who I am.
Paddling is a different type of thing. Many people look at it as kayaking and stuff, and where it's just a sport. But to us, it's part of our cultura, all right? And it's our culture that's within it. It's not where you just get in the boat. It's the manner you get in the boat. It's the discipline you respect the canoe. You got to give it respect, you got to give it honor. Because when you're out in the ocean, it's just you and the canoe and your paddlers. You disrespect it, she won't save you out there. So there's a lot of cultura that goes around with the canoe and making sure that it has honor and traditions and respect. And so it does bring brings people together. And so aside from that, is part of the cultura is you get your manelos. Everybody becomes brothers and sisters on the canoe.
Whatever's going on in our lives, just to be able to get into the canoe, and especially when we go offshore on a Saturday morning and see dolphins and stingrays and turtles, you're out there with your best friends and far, far away from your cell phone and all your apps. It's just a really great way to just like leave everything behind and just forget about all the things that are on your mind, because they'll still be there when you get back. But it's a nice way to just wash away all the stress and get out there and be with nature. So for me, paddling is not just a sport. I've done other sports. I've done, go to the gym and run and all that. But there's something about being out there in a canoe and being a Pacific Islander, just knowing that our ancestors, they did this for survival. This wasn't just a Saturday race for them. This was how they navigated between islands. It's how they hunted for fish. And so knowing that this has been going on for hundreds of years, if not thousands, with people migrating from different islands. The flying proa is part of our history. And so just to be part of that, we feel very connected to our people through outrigger canoeing.
The ocean is magnificent. People forget how much abundant life has in it. They just think of it as a water. And what's really sad is people on Guam has lived their whole life on here and never touched the ocean, never gone out, and which the Tasi is beautiful. She can be really nice today, but she can also be vicious, which is why you must also give respect to her. If you don't, and understanding how it works. In the morning you go out, you're paddling out before the sun rises. It's dark and the whole island is still sleeping and you get to see the sun rise. And as the sun rises, you feel the connection to the ocean as well as to the island. The Chamorro people are known as the Tautautanos, right? But when you go out there, you become the Tautautasi because you connect to the animals. You see the manta rays, you see the dolphins, the turtles, the birds, everything. It's all about feeling. You're not going to hear the loudspeakers, you don't hear cars, you don't hear nothing. You listen to the ocean and you listen to your team. So you truly do become Tautautasi while you're out there.
So as human beings, we need the ocean to survive. We need the marine life out there as part of our food chain, as part of our ecosystem. And as paddlers, we go out there, we see trash every once in a while. We go off course and we pick it up. We pick up trash that's left behind around our canoes. Unfortunately, sometimes our canoes are used as trash bins, but we clean that up and we do beach cleanups. Our oceans are pristine and beautiful and we want to keep them that way.